Sometimes life cannot be captured from experience and distilled back into words. Whatever follows must be a construction of some sort, an effort to create meaning and to forge a center. There's an old tale that was told to me as a bedtime story. In the legend, in a green pasture, a young prince meets another image of himself. They say that to meet one's doppelganger is a sign of impending doom, but I doubt anyone who says that has ever seen himself in a dark alley, heard his own footsteps trailing behind his own unsteady breath. I never knew what a pasture was, for they had all been cleared after the war for the new life to begin. Now civilization was sterile, a clean arrangement of geometric shapes neatly designed according to the algorithms of some impenetrable supercomputer. But somehow, I could not shake the image of a green field, a rectangle placed in a small courtyard. Whenever this picture came back to me, I had the unnerving sensation that I was being followed, which isn't too hard to believe when you are part of a small band of resistance fighting against the present situation. In order to reverse the present, I would have to return to the past. Back before anyone could remember, before the war, before the restructuring of our daily lives, before words had no meaning. And so I went.
The next show will start in 10 minutes.
This represents a frame of reference, just 3 rods stuck together so that each is at right angles to the other 2. Now I'm going to move in this direction. You see the frame at the same spot on your screen, but you know I'm moving this way because you see the wall moving this way behind me. But how do you know that I'm not standing still and the wall moving? It was the wall that was moving. Now the wall has disappeared, and you have no way of telling whether I am moving or not.
I couldn't sleep. My mission was getting more desperate by the day, and yet I still didn't have any leads. And so I wandered throughout the night looking for something. I didn't know what. Some sign, perhaps, of things to come. Something that would let me know the purpose of coming here. I was beginning to think that maybe I was followed here by someone from my own time. The future, bleeding into the past, brought with it the destruction of everything. Information could be bought, but what value are words that do not symbolize anything, that cannot be synthesized into information? That was the world I came from, and the world I was beginning to find here. Maybe it had always been this way. Maybe I'm beginning to lose my mind. It feels like I'm becoming unstuck in time, without a present, without a place to call my own. Maybe all this is meaningless. But yet, the image kept coming back. And so I wandered, always looking for the field. And I found it. There it is. You see it. As green as it was in my dreams. No, this isn't right. Something is... Before I left, they asked me if I was afraid of death. I understand now what this is about. No one has ever lived in the past. No one will ever live in the future. The present is the form of all life. At least that's what they told me.
In any disaster, your livestock need protection too. In case of nuclear attack, radiation is as dangerous to animals as it is to people. A good animal shelter is a two-story basement-type barn with a hay-filled loft. You can get better protection by piling hay along the sides of the building. This gives more shielding, and shielding cuts the radiation danger. You could have made things easier for yourself by preparing all these things before the emergency occurred.